Hello everyone, welcome to this week's lecture videos once again, and this is the last video this week. And in this video I will be talking about distributed ledger technology, Bitcoin, and the use of or the applications of distributed ledger technology. Distributed ledger technology, or DTL, based on a distributed ledger, um, that represents a fintech development that offers potential improvements in the area of financial record keeping. DTL networks are being considered as an efficient means to create, exchange, and track ownership of financial assets on a peer-to-peer basis. A distributed ledger is a type of database that may be shared among entities in a network. In a distributed ledger, entries are recorded, stored, and distributed across a network of participants so that each participant has a matching copy of the digital database. Basic elements of a DTL network include a digital ledger, a consensus mechanism used to confirm new entities, and a participant network. The consensus mechanism is the process in which the computer entities or nodes in a network agree on a common state of the ledger. Consensus generally involves two-step transaction validation and agreement on ledger update by network parties. These features enable the creation of records that are, for the most part, considered immutable, unchangeable, yet they are transparent and accessible to network participants on a near real-time basis. Features of DTL include the use of cryptography, an algorithmic process to encrypt data, making the data unusable if received by unauthorized parties, which enables a high level of network security and database integrity. For example, DTL uses cryptographic methods of proof to verify network participant identity and for data encryption. DTL has the potential to accommodate smart contracts, which are computer programs that self-execute on the basis of pre-specified terms and conditions agreed to by the parties to a contract. Examples of a smart contract use are the automatic execution of contingent claims for derivatives and the instantaneous transfer of collateral in the event of default. The blockchain is a type of digital ledger in which information such as changes in ownership is recorded sequentially within blocks that are often linked or chained together and secured using cryptographic methods. For each block contains a grouping of transactions and a secure link to the previous block. New transactions are inserted into the chains only after validation via a consensus mechanism in which authorized members agree on the transaction and the preceding order or history in which previous transactions have occurred. Several steps are involved in adding a transaction to a blockchain distributed ledger, and you can see these steps. For example, the first one is transaction takes place between a buyer and seller, and then the transaction is broadcasted to the network of computers, and nodes validate the transaction details and the parties, those are involved in the transactions. Once verified, the transaction is then combined with the other transaction to form a network. The block of data is then added or linked to previous blocks. And then the transaction is considered complete and the ledger has been updated. The networks, the distributed laser technology or DTL networks can be of permissioned or permissionless network. Permissionless networks are open to any users who wishes to make a transaction, and all users within the network can see all transactions that exist on the blockchain. In a permissionless or open DTL system, network participants can perform all network functions. The main benefit of a permissionless network is that it does not depend on a certain centralized authority to confirm or deny the validity of transactions, because this takes place through the consensus mechanism. This means no single point of failure exists, since all transactions are recorded on a single distributed database, and every node stores a copy of the database. Once a transaction has been added to the blockchain, it cannot be changed, barring manipulation. The distributed ledger becomes a permanent and immutable record of all previous transactions. It is a permissionless network. Trust is not a requirement between transacting parties. A well-known example of open permissionless network is Bitcoin. In permissioned network, on the other hand, network members may be restricted from participating in certain network activities. Controls or permissions may be used to allow verifying levels of access to the ledger, from adding transactions to viewing transactions, to viewing selective details of the transaction, but not the full record. Now, some applications of DTL, distributed ledger technology. Potential applications of DTL to investment management include cryptocurrencies, tokenizations, post-trading, clearing, settlement, and compliance. We will be discussing the first two, cryptocurrency and initial coin offering. A cryptocurrency, also known as a digital currency, operates as electronic currency and allows near real-time transactions between parties without the need for an intermediary such as a bank. As electronic mediums of exchange, cryptocurrencies lack physical form and are issued privately by individuals, companies, and other organizations. Most issued cryptocurrencies utilize open DTL systems in which a decentralized distributed ledger is used to record and verify all digital currency transactions. Cryptocurrencies have not traditionally been government-backed or regulated. Central banks around the world, however, are recognizing potential benefits and examining use cases for their own cryptocurrency versions. Many cryptocurrencies have self-imposed limit on the total amount of currency that may issue. Although such limits could help maintain their store value, it is important to note that many cryptocurrencies have experienced high level of price volatility. A lack of clear fundamentals underlying these currencies has contributed to their volatility. Cryptocurrencies have proven to be an attractive means for companies looking to raise capital. An initial coin offering is an unregulated process whereby companies sell their crypto tokens to investors in exchange for fiat money or for another agreed upon cryptocurrency. An ICO is typically, initial coin offering is typically structured to issue digital tokens to investors that can be used to purchase future products or services being developed by the issuer. ICOs provide an alternative to traditional regulated capital raising processes, such as initial public offerings. Compared to regulated IPO market, ICOs may have lower associated issuance costs and shorter capital raising timeframes. However, most ICOs do not typically have attached voting rights. Regulation for ICOs is under consideration in a number of jurisdictions, and there have been numerous instances of investor loss resulting from fraudulent schemes. So this is the end of this video. And in summary, in this video, I talked about distributed ledger technology, its features, and then application of the distributed ledger technology such as cryptocurrency and initial coin offerings. Thank you very much.